When I use the word lifecycle management, it take care of loading class, creating object, managing object, calling the lifecycle methods automatically, and lastly, it also destroys the object. It will take care of life cycle of the class or object from birth to death. Birth means object creation, death means object destruction. Clear, guys? Okay. Servlet container manages life cycle of servlet component. In Spring, Spring Beans are there. Who manages life cycle of Spring Bean, guys? IOC container, also called as Spring container. Total, how many IOC containers are there? What are those? One is Bean Factory, other one is what? Application context, which is advanced container. Okay, fine. In standalone application, we have seen JVM directly executing the code. We have not seen any containers or servers involvement, right? Okay, the question that rises is why they are not there. Why they are not there. Standalone application is specific to one computer and will be operated by how many users at a time? One user at a time. He can start the application manually. He can stop the application manually. It's like a mother preparing roti for family members manually because count is less than 10, right? Okay, fine. But when it comes to web application, distributed application, enterprise application, they are developed for one computer, lots of computers. They will be used by one user, lots of users. They will be requested by one user at a time, simultaneously lakhs of users. Simultaneously lakhs of users, right? Okay, then the question is, in those application, if I say I will execute the components manually, does it really going to work out? Does it really going to work out, guys? No, not at all, right? So manual execution is not going to work out. We need a automation or not there. Who does that automation? Servers. Servers, because they also contain containers, right, boss? Okay, web servers and application servers are there, automating the execution of web application and its web components, distributed application and its component, enterprise application and its component, right? A web server or application server listens to requests continuously, takes the request, maps them to appropriate components of appropriate application, executes the components dynamically, gathers the results, and send those results to clients are not there. So only development and deployment is your responsibility. Development means writing the code. Deployment means keeping the application in the server. Is your responsibility. Remaining everything of execution is automated or not there. Okay, tell me what are the web servers that are there in the Java domain, guys? Speak out, speak out. Tomcat, Resin, Jetty, all these are web servers that are there or not? What are the application servers that are there, guys? WebLogic, WebSphere, Wildfly, Glassfish, all this stuff. Best web server is what? Tomcat. Best application server is what? Wildfly is the best as of now in the market, right? But from Tomcat 7 onwards, it is called web server or application server because of more facilities that are added to application server. Okay, guys. Today, let's get into understanding what is Spring Bean, right? Followed by that, I will launch Spring Core module. Are you ready, guys? Okay, I think already I have introduced little bit about Spring Bean also, right, guys? The Java class whose object is created and managed by IOC container is called as what? Spring Bean, right? Okay, Spring Bean can be a user-defined class or predefined class or third-party supplied class, right, my dear? User-defined, predefined or third-party supplied class whose object is created and managed by IOC container or not. Spring Bean must be a concrete class or can be a user-defined class. Sorry, can be interface or abstract class. Array Spring Bean life cycle should be managed. It means first of all, object should be created. Can we create object for abstract class and interfaces? So Spring Bean must be a concrete class or not? Concrete class means what? For the class for which object can be created is called as what? Concrete class. Okay, Spring Bean must be a concrete class, but that concrete class can be a user-defined class or predefined class or third party supplied class. Is that clear, my dear? Super. What's your batch code, guys? I hope everyone received Google Drive. Not yet. Okay, collect it by today evening. So that tomorrow onwards I can share the notes in the Google Drive. 719. Okay, let me create a new folder, guys. What is there? Spring Core. NTSPBMS. SPBMS. What is there? 719. Session 1. Okay. Intro to Spring Core module. What is there? Spring Core module. Yeah, tell me, guys, this is the base module for other modules of the Spring framework. This is base module for other modules of the Spring frame. Understanding my statement, guys? Okay. If this module is used alone, we can develop only standalone application. When this module is used in combination of other modules, we can develop web applications, enterprise application, distributed application. But generally, this is the base module and this is entry level module using which max to max we can develop only standalone application, na boss? Super. If this module is used, if this module is used alone, then we can develop only what, guys? Standalone applications. If this module is used in combination with what, guys? Other modules, then we can develop other modules like web, REST, and etc. Then we can develop different types of applications. Different types of applications like what? Okay, standalone applications, web applications, distributed application, and etc. Okay, now tell me. This module gives Okay, gives two built-in lightweight. What containers? IOC. This module gives two built-in lightweight IOC containers, right? Yes. What is number one? Bean Factory. Bean Factory IOC container. This is a basic container or not there? This is a basic IOC container. Number two, what is there? Application context. What is there? IOC container. What is that? Advanced IOC container. Yes, boss. This is advanced IOC container. Okay. Why they are named as IOC container? Today you'll understand. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah, if the small circle is bean factory container and bigger circle is going to become what? Application context container. This is my bean factory now, boss. Yeah, this is my what, guys? Application context. This is my bean factory IOC container. Other one is what? Application context IOC container. Everyone getting my point there or not there? Super. One is application context is equal to bean factory plus plus. Okay. Application context. What is there? IOC container is equal to bean factory IOC container plus plus. Clear, guys? Got the point, my dear? Come on. Super. Application context IOC container is equal to bean factory IOC container plus. Okay, that's good. Yes, guys. Now tell me. The IOC containers of Spring Core modules are basically given for two operations. Number one, Spring Bean lifecycle management. Come on. Number two, dependency management among the Spring Beans. What do you mean by Spring Bean lifecycle management? Making IOC container, loading the Spring Bean class, creating object, managing object, calling lifecycle method automatically, and destroying object is nothing but what? Lifecycle management or not? Then what do you mean by what do you mean by dependency management? See, we don't develop entire project with a single class. We develop with a lot of classes or not. Especially if the project is MVC architecture, what we do? We keep different logics in different classes and we try to make them talking with each other, right? Come on, that's a general thing we do now, boss. We keep different logics in different classes and we try to make them talking to each other or not. Are to talk to each other, one class object should be assigned to another object or not there. X class wants to use method of Y class. So first of all, Y class object should be created in X class or not there. A class wants to call 2, 3 methods of what? B class. First of all, B class object should be assigned to A class or not there. Come on, my dear. I should keep both the classes in what? Has a relationship. That means one class object should be maintained by another class object. In B class object should be there in A class as a has a property. What property? Then only communication between two classes is possible or not possible. Okay. For that one, so far, loading A and B classes manually, creating objects for them, assigning B class object to A class object is done by you manually as a programmer, right? But when it comes to dependency management, IOC container will take care of it. IOC container is taking care of Spring Bean lifecycle management. That means loading those classes, creating object is done by IOC container. Now, assigning a dependent class object to target class object is also taken care by whom, guys? IOC container, right, my dear? So, in the entire core module, we are going to see IOC container performing two activities. Number one, Spring Bean lifecycle management and dependency management among the Spring Beans. What's the another one, guys? Dependency management among the Spring Beans. Is it nice, boss? Okay. What is there? IOC containers, also called Spring containers of Spring framework, or what, guys? Spring Boot framework are given. Spring Boot framework are given. Come on, guys. For performing two basic operations. For performing two basic operations. A. Spring Bean life cycle manage. B. Tell me. What is there? Dependency in. No. Dependency management among the Spring Beans. Dependency management among the Spring Bean. Okay. So first of all, we have to worry about what is Spring Bean lifecycle management, now, my dear. Okay. Making IOC container taking care of Spring Bean life cycle is called Spring Bean life cycle management. What does it mean? Loading the class, creating object, managing object, calling lifecycle methods automatically. If necessary, destroying object will be taken care by lifecycle management or not. Super, guys. IOC container manages the life cycle of Spring Bean. Okay, by what is this? Loading the class, creating the object, managing the object, calling the life cycle methods automatically. What is there? Automatically. And destroying the objects. What is there? Destroying the objects. Yeah. Yeah. Next one, guys. Dependency management among the Spring Beans. Yeah. See, every project is developed as a collection of classes. In that, dependency will be there among the classes or not there. That means one class needs to invoke the services of another class, needs to invoke the methods of another class, right, guys? The class that uses other class services is called target class. What class, guys? The class that is acting as helper class to other class is called as what? Dependent class. Stop writing, mister. Not required. I'll share everything with you. Focus on listening, analyzing, and responding in the class. The class that takes the services of other class is called as what? Target class or target Spring Bean. The Spring Bean or class that is acting as helper class for other class is called as what? Dependent Spring Bean or class, guys. For example, student is one class, course material is another class. Student needs course material for subject preparation. Can I call student as a target spring bean? Course material is a dependent spring bean. Okay, Flipkart is one class. DTDC is a courier company. So Flipkart needs courier service for delivery of the products or not? Can I say Flipkart is target class? DTDC is a dependent class or not there? Vehicle needs engine for movement or not there? Can I say vehicle is a target class? Engine is a dependent class or not there? Say something, my dear. Vehicle is a target class. Engine is a dependent. The class which is ready to use services of other class is called as what? Target. The class that is acting as a helper class or supporting class to other class is called as what? Dependent class. Okay, now listen. Dependency management among the spring beans means, okay, assigning one class object with another object is called as what? Dependent. So making a dependent class object available for target class object so that target class can use services of what? Dependent class is basically called as what, guys? Dependency management. What management, guys? So that means it's not just taking care of life cycle. It is identifying who is a target, who is dependent, and assigning dependent class object to target class object. So that what? Everything. So that what, guys? Everything can be managed by what? IOC container, right, guys? Okay. Now let's see. The class are spring bean. The class are spring bean that uses the services of other class or spring bean is called what, guys? Is called what is there? Target spring bean or target class. The class or spring bean, right? That acts as supporting class. What, guys? Supporting class or helper class. Helper class to other class or spring bean is called, what is there? Is called dependent class. Is called dependent class. Convinced with me, my dear? Come on. The class or spring bean that uses, that acts that acts as what? Supporting class or helper class to other class or spring bean is called what? Dependent class. Okay, I'm giving some target spring bean or class. Other one is what? Dependent spring bean or class. Here is the story. Here is the story. Okay. Tell me, what is the story here? What is the target, guys? Flipkart. Here is my what? DTDC. Oh, Flipkart uses DTDC services for delivery. Flipkart uses DTDC services for delivery. DTDC courier services for product delivery. Yes, na boss? For delivering products. For delivering products. Yes, that's good. Tell me next one. Vehicle and engine, right, guys? Vehicle one side and other side, what is there, guys? Okay, vehicle engine for vehicle uses, what is there, guys? Engine for vehicle uses engine for movement or not there? Vehicle uses engine for movement or not there? Next, student and course material. Like this, we can create a cricketer and ball, cricketer and bat. Come on. Okay. Course material. Here is course material. Yeah. Tell me, what is the story, guys? Okay. Student uses course material for preparation or not? Course material for subject preparation or not there, guys? Student uses course material for what? Subject preparation. Are you getting my point there or not there? Yes. Yes. Here is what? Yes, boss. All dots and dots. Fine. Yeah. Spring Bean life cycle management. Other one is what? Dependency management among the spring beans. These are the two things that are taken or not taken. Okay. What is dependency management here? The process of arranging. Okay. The process of arranging dependent class object to target class objects. So the target class can use services of dependent class as part of business operations. Is called as what? Dependency management or not there? Super. Okay. As part of what, guys? Dependency management. The IOC container you arranges dependent Spring Bean class object to target Spring Bean class object. Okay, so that target Spring Bean. What, guys? Target Spring Bean can use the services of dependent Spring Bean. Okay, dependent Spring Bean. So, right, guys. So this is about dependency management or not there. So example one, IOC container, assigning DTDC class object to what object? Flipkart class object. Are you getting my point? IOC container assigning, come on, engine class object to what object, guys? Vehicle class object. Super, guys. IOC container assigning, come on, What is there? DTDC class object to Flipkart object. Engine class object to what? Vehicle class object. Okay. Yeah, we have a lot of engine class we already discussed, right? Course material. Class object to what, guys? Student class object. What object, guys? Yeah, simply student class object. So like this, it's all about assigning or not there, guys. See, we develop a project as layered application. We develop with one class, a lot of classes. There will be dependency on the among the classes or not there. But in core Java, assigning one class object to another class object is manual work, right? But in Spring programming, even that will be taken care by IOC container or not. Okay, that's good. So first of all, you try to see the difference between basic core Java application and core Java application. Yeah, you just take that Flipkart and DTDC only. Fine. Okay. Who loads both classes, guys? Programmer. Programmer loads both target and dependent classes. Target and dependent classes. Right, boss? Programmer loads both target and dependent classes. Here, in core Java level, no, there is no word called Spring Bean, just classes only, right? Yeah, here, who is that? Flipkart. Here, who is that? DTDs. Yeah, sir, does it really loads manually? No, he uses new operator. When you use new operator, come on, target is DTDC. Yeah. After listening entire Ramayana, you are asking Sita is a girl or boy. Yeah. What is this, Ra? Flipkart DTDC, where I have written, my dear. Where I have written, my dear. DTDC uses Flipkart services. Flipkart uses DTDC services. Don't apply English meaning here. Who uses which services? That matters here, right? So when Flipkart is using DTDC services, what is the target here? Flipkart. Who is the dependent here? DTDC, right? Programmer loads both target and dependent classes, right, guys? Okay. Programmer creates objects for both target and dependent classes. Both target and what? Dependent classes. That's good, guys. Next one. Programmer manages both target and what classes, guys? Dependent class objects. Both target and dependent class objects. Are you getting my point there or not? Super. Programmer manages both target and what? Dependent class. Target and dependent Spring Bean class objects. Okay, next one. Okay, guys. Programmer calls the business methods on the objects. Programmer calls the business method manually on the objects or not. Programmer keeps both target and dependent class objects ready for garbage collection. What collection, guys? Ready for garbage collection. Convinced with me or not there? Here everything is done by programmer, and that means programmer is overburdened or not there. Here programmer is manually taking care of lifecycle management. Programmer is manually taking care of dependency management. That means he is overburdened here or not there, guys. Programmer only taking care of all activities end to end or not there, guys. Okay. Here programmer will be overburdened because he has to take care of what? Both life cycle management and dependency management explicitly. See, DTDC is equal to new DTDC of who is creating object program. When you use new operator, first JVM loads the class, then creates the object. So programmer loading class means indirectly using new operator for loading class and creating object are not there. Here programmer is doing means programmer is making JVM to do that work. Are you getting my point there? Okay. Here programmer is overburdened because he has to take care of what, guys? He has to take care of because he is taking care of both life cycle management and what is there? Dependency management manual. Both life cycle management and dependency management manual. Are you getting my point there, guys? Okay, that's good. One is what? Core Java application. Okay, now tell me. Spring Core module application. Spring Core module application. Now tell me here, guys. Spring Core module application. Yeah, IOC container, also called Spring container, are not there. Loads. Okay, both target and dependent classes are Spring Beans. Agree with me, my dear? Come on. Dependent classes are Spring Bean. Okay. IOC container creates objects for IOC container creates the objects for both target and dependent classes are Spring Beans. Are you getting my point there or not there? Okay, next one. IOC container, come on, manages. IOC container manage. And students, don't worry, small network glitch it seems. Now I think it's back. Yeah, we have faced a small network glitch, don't worry. That's good, guys. IOC container is managed. IOC container manages both the target and dependent class objects are not there. IOC container calls life cycle methods. What, guys? Automatically. What, guys? Automatically. On both target and dependent class objects are not there. Next, IOC container. Okay, guys. Tell me here. One thing is there. One work will be done by programmer. What is that? Programmer gets the objects from IOC container and calls the business method. Calling business method is his responsibility. Lifecycle method will be taken care by container. Come on, guys. Remaining all aspects are taken care by IOC container or not? Okay, programmer gets required objects from IOC container and calls. And what, guys? Calls like business methods on them. Business methods on them. Okay, that's good, great, fantastic. Tell me, IOC container, what is there, guys? Destroys. IOC container destroys both target and what is there? Dependent Spring Bean class objects. Both target and what? Dependent Spring Bean class object. Here programmer is overburdened or less burdened? Many things are taken care by IOC container. Only in one place programmer is there. Remaining all are taken care by what? IOC container. Here programmer is not overburdened because many aspects are taken care by whom, guys? IOC container. Are you getting my point there, guys? Here the programmer feels lightweighted, right? Lightweighted because the IOC container itself takes care of what, guys? The IOC container itself take care of. The IOC container itself take care of many operations. What, guys? Many operations. Many operations like life cycle management and dependency management. Are you understanding my statement here, guys? Okay, now tell me, guys. IOC container loading target and dependent classes, creating object, managing object. All these are life cycle management, no boss? IOC container, I think I have not written that statement, guys. Okay. IOC container assigning dependent class object to target class object. That comes under what, guys? Dependency management or not there? Here, what is the one I have to add? IOC container assigns, what is there? Dependent Spring Bean R class object to, what is there? Target Spring Bean R class. Target Spring Bean R class. Are you getting my point there or not there? Super. Yeah, this comes under life cycle management, right? What about this, guys? Yeah, calling life cycle method. Okay. And destroying object. That is also part of life cycle management, na boss? And only this comes under dependency management or not there? Super, guys. Tell me, this comes under LCM, life cycle management. This is single line also comes under calling life cycle method automatically is also what? LCM. What is there? LCM, life cycle management. Next, destroying this one. IOC container destroying objects. What is that? LCM. That is also what? Life cycle management. Are you getting my point there or not there? Okay, that's good. Great. Okay, this comes under dependency management now, my dear. Okay, when it comes to this is called dependency management. So now let's see, guys, LCM, Life cycle management. What is next one, guys? DM. What is there? Dependency management. DM falls under dependency management or not there? Okay. So here also I have to identify all those things, na? Manages this one. Here also I think I missed that assignment, guys. Manages both the target and dependent class object. 2 times same line as comma. Programmer assigns. Programmer assigns dependent class object to target class object or not. GNS. Okay. Assigns dependent class object to target class object. Dependent class object to target class object. Tell me here what is there, guys? 1, 2, 3. Programmer manages both target and dependent class object. Okay. This is lifecycle management, guys. This is dependency management, guys. Again, keeping object ready for garbage collection. That also comes under what, my dear? Okay, lifecycle management only, na? Okay, this is LCM. What is that? LCM. Tell me, this is LCM, right? What is this, my dear? DM. Okay. I hope you understood. So when it comes to Spring programming, burden on the programmer is reduced drastically or not there? Because IOC container only taking care of what? Lifecycle management and also dependency management. Okay, now let's come to the actual point. Why Spring containers are called IOC container? IOC means what? Inversion of control, right? Are you listening or not? What do you mean by inversion, guys? Reverse. Reverse of regular process is called inversion or not? You are coming to classes, I am conducting classes. This is regular process. But some people are connecting me to online. Yes or no, na, guys? So that's the reverse of regular process or not there? Where classes are happening, you are coming there and taking the classes. That's a regular one. But classes are going to their home. Classes are happening in their home because of online process or not there. It's a reverse of regular process. Reverse is also called inversion. Be active, please. Last row. Don't be busy in the mobile phones. Focus. दाढ़ी वाला थोड़ा focus करो. Right. Yeah, you only. Okay, guys. What is there? IOC. IOC means what? Inversion means what? Reverse of regular thing, right? Okay. Okay. You'll go to bank, you will give application form, you will submit the form, they will ask necessary supporting documents, you also submit them, they come for inquiry, they come to your office, they come to your home. Yes or no, na, guys? Then they will sanction the loan. It's a traditional approach of issuing the loan, my dear. Okay. But you are a software engineer. Every month, 2-3 lakhs deposit into your account. Bank has noticed this guy has got lot of potential. Every month 2-3 lakhs coming and he's spending very less amount. Most of the amount is keeping in what? Bank account only. one fine day in your mobile application, bank mobile application, you will get a message. You have pre-approved. What is there? Pre-approved bank loan of 10 lakh rupees. Pre-approved bank loan of 20 lakh rupees. Just click, amount will be deposited into your account. No documents required. Yes, my dear. No document required. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Ramya madam, please be in the class, madam. You have not missed anything. You have not missed anything. Please be part of the class. It's a 1 minute glitch. In 1 minute glitch, how much you might have missed? Why are you behaving like LKG, UKG students? Guys, online students, please be professional. Right, guys? See, the point here is in traditional process, what happened? You have to apply for loan, you have to get the loan by roaming with loan for 100 times. Yes, but in pre-approved loan, what happens, guys? You have not done anything. They only noticed your style of operating bank. They only noticed your income. They only noticed where you are working for, right? And they decided you are, what is that? Prominent customer. What is there? Or prospective customer for giving the loan. And they only saying loan is already approved. Whenever you want, you just click, amount will come and get it into your account. Is it not interesting, my dear? It's a reverse of regular process or not there? Are you getting my point there? Yes. You look at the traditional core Java application. Who is loading classes? Program. Who is creating object? Who is managing objects? Who is assigning dependent to target object? Who is calling the methods on those objects? Who is keeping objects ready for garbage collection? Programmer cannot destroy. Garbage collector only can destroy, right? That's why. That's why programmer is not destroying, he is keeping them ready for garbage collection. It's a traditional process. Everything is taken care by programmer or not. But when it comes to Spring programming or Spring containers, everything is reversed or not there. Who is loading the classes? Who is creating objects? Who is managing objects? Who is assigning dependent to target? Who is calling lifecycle methods on them? Who is destroying objects? Yes or no, Naga? So that means everything is reversed or not there. Is it not reverse of regular process or not there? Come on, guys. That's why Spring containers are technically called as what? IOC container. Inversion of control. Control is not there with you. That control is inversed and taken care by whom, guys? IOC container. Convinced with me, my dear? Come on, everyone. Okay, guys. Supriya madam, if it is today's first class, you have to collect the backup sessions. 5 to 6 backup sessions are there. You have to collect. Admin, please share the backup videos with the students. Online admin, are you there in the batch? Okay. I hope you thoroughly understood these statements nicely, guys. Okay. So now I'm raising a query here. Why the, okay, Spring containers are called IOC container? See, guys, the containers given by Spring Core module are the containers for entire Spring framework and Spring Boot framework. Don't expect other module, other containers will be there. No, these two are the container that will be used by what? Entire Spring framework and Spring Boot framework. That means all the modules of Spring and all the modules of Spring Boot will be using these two containers only. Are you getting my point there? Why the Spring containers are called? What containers, guys? Why the Spring containers are called IOC containers? Yeah. Let's have a look, guys. Answer. Yeah. In traditional core Java application, what application? Core Java applications. All the operations. What do you mean by all the operation? LCM and DM will be taken care by programmer manually by giving instructions to JVM. By giving instructions to JVM. That means entire control is there with entire control is there with the program. Yes, my dear. Yeah. Entire control is there with programmer. Tell me. In Spring Boot applications, all the operations, LCM and DM, LCM and DM, okay, are taken care by IOC container. IOC container. IOC container based on the instructions given by whom, guys? In Spring Boot application, all the operations are taken care by IOC container based on the instructions given by program. Container only taking care, but instructions will be coming from programmer only. Right, was? Okay. That means entire control is with IOC container, which is inversion. What is there? Inversion or reverse of what process? Which is inversion or reverse of what? Regular process. So this is nothing but what is there, guys? Okay, regular process. So the Spring containers, what containers, guys? Spring containers are called what containers, guys? IOC containers. Convinced or not, my dear? So the Spring containers are called IOC container. Why the Spring containers are called what? IOC container. I hope everyone convinced, my dear. Actually, I can give this explanation yesterday itself, but yesterday we understood only life cycle management. But today we came to know there IOC container is even capable of performing what? Dependency management or not there. Come on, guys. See, that means if you have two classes with you and if you submit both the classes to IOC container, there onwards, everything related to those two classes will be taken care by IOC container or not there. loading classes, creating object, managing object, assigning dependent with a target object. Come on. And destroying object are under control of container or not? This reduces burden on the programmer or not? Then what programmer will do, sir? Development of classes. Once objects are with what? IOC container. Accessing those objects, calling business method will also be done by whom, guys? Programmer only, na? But don't think that these are great things. Array, we are passing command line argument, converting them to string array, giving to main method argument is done by me or JVM, boss? JVM is also doing such activities, but in a lower scale, right? But IOC container is doing on larger scale. Okay. Whenever exception is raised, creating exception created object, come on, passing as the argument of catch block is done by me or JVM? JVM. That means JVM is also doing some objects management without your involvement, right? Without involvement. But that is happening in what? Less scale, very, very lower scale, right? In IOC container, same operation will happen in higher scale or not there? Okay. So now let me give one thing, guys. The Spring supplied IOC container, bean factory and application context container are the same containers in all modules of what? Spring and Spring Boot frameworks. Don't think that module to module containers will change, guys. Okay. The bean factory and what? Application context. Bean factory and what? Application context containers are the common IOC containers in all the modules of what, guys? Spring Kama, Spring Boot framework. Don't think that Spring is having separate containers. Spring Boot is having what? Separate container. Both frameworks will use what? Same IOC container. One is Bean Factory, other one is what? Other one is what? Application. Okay, now listen carefully. In Spring, we can develop the application in 3 approaches, guys. How many approaches? Whatever application we can develop in 3 approaches. Number 1, using XML driven configuration. That means inputs and instructions to IOC container will be given in the form of what? XML file. What file, guys? What do you mean by inputs and instruction? I have taken 2 classes. How does IOC container know this is target, this is dependent? How does it know this Spring Bean only should be injected to this other Spring Bean? Somewhere you have to give those inputs and instructions, now, boss. Come on, guys. There are so many classes in so many APIs. How does IOC container knows I have to take only these 2 classes as Spring Bean, not other classes? Somewhere those inputs and instructions should be given or not there. Hey, don't keep surprising face, Ra. There are so many classes in your project, but you are configuring servlet class in web.xml or not there. It is not making every class as servlet. Only that class only it is making servlet or not there. And it is managing only that servlet class life cycle, man. Yes, my dear. Same thing here. All inputs and instructions will be given using what file, guys? XML file. When we develop the application using XML driven configuration. Number 2, XML plus annotation driven configuration. First priority to annotation. Whatever not possible, we try to give through XML. It is like a transit phase kind of thing. Lastly, 100% code driven configuration. What is there? 100% code driven configuration. What does it mean, guys? All inputs and instructions will be given to IOC container. Come on. All inputs and instructions will be given to what? IOC container by using annotations and Java code. No XML, guys. XML is eliminated. Why, sir? Day-to-day XML is losing its popularity. Why? Because it's a separate language to learn and it is not part of Java code, right? It is separate file to develop, my dear. But if the annotations, Java code-based instructions means what? They are part of Java and they can be given along with the Java source code. That's why day-to-day XML is eliminated in that place. Annotation-based instructions are improving or not there. Annotation-based instructions capacity is increasing or not there. Super, guys. Okay. We can develop Spring applications in three approaches. In three approaches. Okay. A, what is there? Using XML driven configuring. Using what driven, guys? All inputs and instructions to IOC container. All inputs and instructions to IOC container will be given using what files, guys? XML files. Using XML file. Next, boss. Using, tell me, XML plus annotation driven configuration will be given using annotations plus XML. First priority to annotation. If something is not possible with what? Annotation. Okay, nowadays everything is possible with annotations, guys. Come on. That's why I said approach 2 is what? Transition approach, guys. Transition means what? When first approach is outdated and third approach is picking up. In middle, this approach is worked for a few days, right? Whatever things possible with what? Annotations. We do with annotation. The things that are not possible with annotation, we do with what? XML. Got it, guys? Yeah. What is there, guys? See. Using, tell me, 100% code driven config. Using 100%, what there, guys? Code driven configuration. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Okay. Using 100% code driven configuration, also called as Java config approach. What is there? Okay. Java config approach. Here, all the inputs and instructions. Here, all the inputs and instructions will be given to IOC container by using, what is there? By using Java statements and annotation. Java statements annotation. That means we also use what, guys? Java code. The annotations also some kind of Java statement, but our first priority is what? By using Java statements and annotation. Tell me, out of all these three approaches, what is the best approach, my dear? The best approach is always this one only, na? Third approach is the best approach. But we do spend time on first two approaches also. Initial few applications by using XML driven configuration. Later by using annotation driven configuration. XML plus annotation. But once we enter into third approach, there onwards, all applications we try to develop by using what? Huh? Okay. All applications we try to develop by using 100% code driven configuration. Sir, what do you mean by configuration? You are using the word called configuration a lot. Making underlying server or container or framework or runtime environment Recognizing certain code, adding certain behavior to the code is called configuration. I have a class. I want to tell to servlet container, don't treat me as another class. Please treat me as a servlet. And whenever request comes with so and so URL, you please send to me. So for that one, we are writing entries in web.xml or not there. Indirectly, we are configuring Java class as servlet or not there. Indirectly, we are giving inputs and instructions to servlet container to recognize my class as servlet or not there. Don't treat me as a normal class. Treat me as what? Special class. What is that special class? Servlet. What configuration means? It's all about providing inputs and instructions to underlaying. Underlaying means where we are running server or container or framework or runtime environment about our code. About our code to recognize it as a special code, guys. Class is there. By using XML annotation, I will tell to IOC container, don't treat me as another class, treat me as a Spring Bean. Once I said to IOC container, then onward, loading class, creating object, managing object, destroying object will be taken care by IOC container or not? Will be taken care by IOC container or not there? I hope everyone convinced with me, my dear. Come on, everyone. Okay. What is the meaning of configuration? What is the meaning of configuration? Shall we observe this, guys? Come on. Yeah. Okay. The process of giving inputs and instructions to underlaying. What is there? Instructions to underlying server or container or framework or runtime environment. What is that? Runtime environment. Either using XML, either using XML file or annotations, or Java. Okay, inputs and instructions about our Java code or Java classes or methods. Two, underlying server or container or framework or runtime environment, either using XML files or using what? Annotations or Java code is called, what is there? Configuration. What is there? Otherwise, it will be treated as a normal class because you are adding some extra information in web.xml. That normal class started behaving servlet or not there. Because you are adding at the rate web servlet annotation, come on, that normal class is becoming servlet or not there. Are you listening my statement, guys? Similarly, there will be some XML statement, there will be annotation to make ordinary Java class as Spring Bean or not there. It's all about giving information. It's indirectly metadata activity now, boss. Already code is there. I want to tell to container, treat this code as extra code, special code. That means it's all about giving more information about that code or not there. So information about information, data about data is technically called as what? Meta information or metadata or not. Okay, as part of configuration activity, we do metadata operation on the code. Code about code. Already code is there. We are writing extra code about that code to tell that don't treat it as a normal one, make it as what? Special one. Don't treat it as a normal class, treat it as a servlet. Don't treat it as a normal class, treat it as what? Spring Bean. So indirectly we are performing metadata activities are not there. Okay. Code configuration. What is there? Code configuration is all about performing metadata activities. Metadata activities on the code. Okay, on the code to pass more details about the code to underlying. What is this? Underlying server or container or framework or runtime environment. What guys? Runtime environment. Code configuration is all about performing what? Metadata activities on the code to pass more details about the code to what? Underlying server or container or framework or runtime environment. Are you understanding my statement, guys? What is the meaning of configuration? I hope you understood the meaning, guys. Class is there, but I want to tell to container, don't treat it as a normal class, treat it as what? Special class. For that one, we have to pass XML based or annotation based or Java code based instruction to what? Container about that class are not there. That is nothing but what, guys? Metadata activity. Example one, configuring Java class as Spring Bean. Example 2, configuring Java class as what? Servlet. Servlet component. Okay. Servlet component. Okay. Here what? Using web.xml entries or @web servlet annotation. What annotation? Using web.xml entries or what? This one. Okay, here also using XML entries. Come on, guys. Or @component annotation. What annotation, guys? @component annotation. These are the examples are not there. Otherwise, why IOC containers should treat only that class as Spring Bean when there are so many classes in APIs, right? Spring is having so many predefined classes. JDK is having so many predefined classes. We also develop so many user-defined classes. When these many classes are there, why it is specifically making certain class only Spring Bean? Because we are giving extra information about it. That information can be given through XML or through annotation or sometimes through Java code. So this XML or annotation or Java code is providing more information about existing code or not there. So can I say code about code or not there? Indirectly data about data are not there. Information about information are not there. So that's why this called configurations are all about metadata activities. What activities? In our life, we do lot of metadata, my dear. You don't know that? You are walking on the road. One luxury car crossed you in certain speed. You liked the car. So you will see the title of the car, name of the car at the back side. And you'll open Google and you'll start getting more details about that car or not there. Come on. You have seen car only, but later gathering more details that car is nothing but metadata activity or not there. Say something, my dear. And in your college days are here, okay, You are walking on the road or you are coming to class. You liked one girl. You start gathering more information about her or not there? Through Facebook, Instagram, through common friends. Yes or no? No? What kind of metadata? Whether she is having brothers or not. If brothers are there, what type of people they are? Rowdy type or normal? What is our current status? Single or not? If it is already engaged, what is the status now? About to complete or already completed? Right? You will try to gather some number of details or not there. So that is nothing but metadata. But you have to waste 2-3 months time, sometimes 6 months time to gather this metadata, right? Yes or no? Na? But if a girl likes boy, she will not spend single minute for that. She will just throw one smile on the boy. Yes or no? Na? Boy only will come and give all its metadata. I am so, I am X, I am Y, I am Z. That much weak-hearted fellows you people are. For you, 6 months, for her, one small fake smile, not original smile also. One fake smile is enough. Okay, you only give hundreds of pages of metadata about you, right? So that's why focus on jobs, Rava. Focus on jobs. Right, guys. Yes, let me upload the material, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's session. But tomorrow onwards, listen. First application, background preparation. Tomorrow we will discuss how to configure Java class as Spring Bean in all permutation and combination. Next, how to create IOC container we discuss one day. Then we will discuss how to perform dependency management among the Spring Beans. Technically, I am going to introduce coding related discussion 3 days. Once we are ready with these three topics, fourth day I will develop the first application. So that's why next 4 or 5 days are very crucial for entering into or completing first application. So do everything or nothing principle should be applied on next 4 days. If attend all the 4 classes. Otherwise, bunk all the 4 classes. If possible, try to wait for the next batch. If you miss the next 4 classes, that much serious classes they are. First application development related background preparation is happening. I keep on saying one statement. I am not here to write the code and to make you people to understand the code. My way of teaching is different. I will make you people how to gather the requirements, how to analyze the requirement, how to design the code, how to develop the code. Lastly, we will see how to test the code. Yes or no, guys? So I'm not here, I will type the code, later I will explain the code. No, you have to develop the code on your own by seeing the requirement. So in that way, I'm making you people to understand the subject. Fine? Okay. Yeah, last day in Facebook, guys. Tomorrow onwards, I will be giving the materials only through Google Drive. Make sure that you are having Google Drive by tomorrow morning. Here is what Spring Core session 1. Thank you. Have a nice time. Tomorrow, try to be here by 7:15. Today I was a bit late.